Okay guys, back here from my trip. Have 100, well, the one above it, that's my total miles obviously, and I have 199.1 miles since I've had my, since I turned off my last check engine light, and that was it was like a P0673, it was a P0673, and it was for a number 3 glow plug, and so I'm going to go out and check that next, and I already bought an air glow plug, just in case. But this tool is actually freaking awesome, this torque app. I'm actually using, I do actually have a smog emissions tester on my Innova 3100 here, but it's not very detailed on what it is, but let me show you what I've been getting on this one. And I don't know if this is part of the reason why I can't get an EGR ready or not. Actually, where's that? Okay, so I get this, hold on a second. Okay, sorry, we got that back here, so let's fire this thing up. Okay. The two things I can't get complete is this misfire, incomplete. I don't know what the hell that even means, but everything else seems ready except for the EGR thing there. So, like I said, I've already taken it to the smog place twice, and it failed smog because that thing wasn't ready. So, I'm not going to even take it back until I can get this thing to say complete. So, I don't know, man. Maybe you guys can help me out with that, or you guys know what that means. But, yeah, I mean, this is a cool app. Yeah, I mean, I have all my coolant, oil engine temperature, high pressure oil pump, IPR, FICM, and battery. So, cool tool for troubleshooting. But what the hell, man? I mean, this thing is probably 6 to 7 months past due, or actually more than that. I mean, the smog, it hasn't been registered for. I mean, I've already paid the fees, man. I just get this thing, get fucking past smog, and spend all the time and money putting the factory cap back on it, man. So, I want to get this done, man. So I thought that was gonna make it pass. I'm pissed now. I have to deal with this whole other issue. So, well, if I figure it out, I will come back with what fixed the problem, you know. So like I said, I've already driven almost 200 miles, you know. So what else could it be? I mean, I do have a slight misfire, you know, when it's cold sometimes, intermittently. So originally I thought because the only code I ever got in this car was a glow plug code, I thought it might be an intermittent glow plug, but I mean, it could be stiction or just a bad injector. I don't know. Yeah, I might get one of those Ford IDSs on eBay, those cheapo ones, knockoff ones. But alright guys, let me know what you think. Okay guys, back here for part of my part 2, I guess, the smog. Yeah, smog for the Powerstoke 6 liter. So this is the EGR valve. I had cleaned this in another video once before, and this is actually like some Berryman's carb dip, and glass here, and let's see here, just trying to clean it. But what I noticed is that it didn't seem very dirty because I had just cleaned it probably about 5,000 miles ago. The valves themselves were kind of sticking. It wasn't like it wasn't fully seating or closing. I mean, I wasn't throwing like a power code, and I don't know if you've seen in my other video or my upcoming video, I tried to get that bootleg IDS or VCM clone to work, so I could actually pull some codes to see if it's actually the EGR valve, because the cheaper scanners won't pull really specific EGR codes. So I wanted to get some sort of IDS so I could test that, but I don't know if that's ever going to work or not. So, but okay, so yeah, I felt this was a little bit sluggish, so I'm gonna get this nice and free and unstuck, and then put some more miles in the car, and hopefully my EGR readiness test will pass so I can get my truck smogged. So I'm gonna get that back and then see what happens. So if this doesn't work, then I'll have to figure out something else. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to get in a position so you can see my cup here. But yeah, now the valve is it's moving pretty good now. So So before, this was like coming back really slow. So I don't know if that's the thing that's making it not pass, but so now it's very free. Let it sit there for a while. I want this to work here. So, but I can see why. I mean, it's like it gets gummed up on like the shaft where it comes up, you know. So much more free now. So, so what I'm getting now is I'll show you. I'm not getting a check engine light on my dash, but this thing actually is pulling a code. You know, because this tester actually has the emissions readiness test. See, now I'm getting a P1045 exhaust gas restriction. So that basically means, I looked that up, and it means that the actual internal coil of the wiring, the magnetic coil, which actuates the valve, there's something wrong with that. Because if you've seen my previous video, I took off the valve and cleaned it. And I am actually making progress because I am getting all green now in torque. You know, my readiness is ready to go. But yeah, so I'm still getting this damn well, now I never got this before, so that's actually, at least I'm getting a code. So I did actually go out and buy a new what's it called, EGR valve over at O'Reilly. And but I'll show you after this video. In part of this video, I'll show you the my selection process. You know, how I chose and which one I got. But let me come back and I'll show you what I got here. All right. Okay, guys, back here and trying to get this car smog still. I mean, the truck, the F250 Powerstoke 6 liter. So actually, last night was the first night that I got it to actually give me an emissions test all clear, you know, all green, complete, you know. So I went to hook up my meter today to double check because I was going to take it to get smogged, you know, retest it again because the first time it failed twice. But this time it actually threw well, it said it wasn't ready, but then it gave me a P0405. So I know that's actually EGR, like internal, like electrical problem, like coil. Like you saw in the video before this, I cleaned the valve out and tried to fix the fluctuation, but I've driven about 300 miles in the car since I've turned the last check engine light off. So I need to go back with my torque and make sure it's green again. But I think I probably need to get a EGR valve. And I'm looking at a couple here. I don't know if you can see them. This couple different brands here. This is O'Reilly's website. BWD, EGR valve, Dorman, Motorcraft, and this other Cardone remanufactured. What is interesting is what I'm looking at is that this expensive Motorcraft is actually remanufactured, and they want a 30R core. Here, okay, hold on. And this Cardone is remanufactured also, and they want a $36 core. Whereas this Dorman, they actually have it in stock, and it's brand new. I mean, it's a Dorman. I mean, actually, I'm running on a Dorman Fickum, and that thing's actually been great. Every time I tested it at 48 volts, so with a Fickum power board. But let's look at this. Double click on this thing, and I guess what I liked about this was it didn't require a cord charge. So I can keep my old EGR valve and try to clean it. Maybe I can fix it. I don't know. But what I like about this one, it has a limited lifetime warranty. And so I'm looking at them. I was on Amazon. I'm looking at one on Amazon. And I'm thinking, like, if this thing actually has a problem in the next couple, it says limited lifetime. So I was trying to read their lifetime warranty and to see what it covered and everything, but that means I could probably take this back. I mean, I keep the receipt, put it in my glove box, and you know, if this thing fails again, when I have to get it smogged again, then I can hopefully take it back and get a new one. But it's still less expensive than the Motorcraft one. But let me go back here and see if I can find the other page here for the Amazon here. Where we at here? Okay. Drag that over here. Alright, I'm going to drag this over this page so you can see it. Alright, so now you can see the Amazon page. So I'm looking at them over here, and I don't see any Motorcraft. I actually haven't seen a Motorcraft one, but I had them saved, I thought, but yeah, they're about the same price, $80, and I can get one down a piece of. Well, it's 2003, 2004. I don't know if there's any difference, but that I have a 2006, so I'd probably go with this, but at 67. But my issue with this one is that, like 62 for this one, it's cheaper, but I mean, if I have a problem with this thing, I can't take it back. Complain. Like, I mean, who the hell? I mean, what, I take it back to Amazon? Is there even like a warranty on that? 180-day replacement, right? Whereas a Dorman is lifetime, limited lifetime. So, okay, let's look at this one here. Motorcraft. I'm just curious to see what the Motorcraft one costs here. Okay, 180 for the Motorcraft replacement. Okay, so that's not. That didn't say much. Alright, so I think I might go with that Dorman, man. It's not. Well, I mean, I guess the EGR valve could mess up your day if it got stuck open. It could prevent the car from running. But usually I try to get Motorcraft stuff for like super high end or super, like the IPR valve. I made sure I got Motorcraft, and most of the stuff is Motorcraft, but it's like, I don't know, man. I'm just thinking because this thing is lifetime warranty, and then the okay, and the other one, like I said, this one doesn't even have a warranty. I don't think. I'm looking for the warranty. The Motorcraft manufacturer one, 263. Let's see here. Is there a warranty? Oh, it's website slow right now. 2-year limited warranty. So. Alright guys, so back. Well, yeah, I thought last night I was stoked. I was driving the car and I thought for the first time, yes, I'm going to get the car smog finally. Passed all the tests. So I don't know if I can pass the P0405, but alright, so at least I'm getting somewhere. At least it's giving me some kind of code now. I mean, I suspected the EGR valve had a problem anyways, but it just looked like it wouldn't shuttle away. Like when you saw in the other video, I was trying to clean it, and it just looked like the top valve wouldn't. There was always a little crack I could see through. I could see like daylight through it. So, all right, on my quest to get this thing smogged. All right, guys. Shit. Holy shit. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if I'm getting a glare on there. Take a look at that. That is emissions readiness, all complete. The main thing we're looking at down here is this EGR system pass. That's the emissions readiness test. Those are my gauges. And the current drive cycle is totally complete as well. So let me show you how, in my other video, earlier in the morning, I replaced the EGR valve because I had kind of an intermittent EGR valve. And I was able to get this thing to complete in 50 miles. Because that's my current, above it, you know, and where it says the T right there, that's my trip odometer, and it's 51 miles. So let me tell you how I did it. So I live in Costa Mesa, California, and I drove down to San Juan Capistrano, and that was about 25 miles down. I kept it under 65, kind of steady. I was kind of going from like 45 to 60, but making sure that I went slowly. You know, not fast, not like, you know, not punching the gas. And then I actually parked down at San Juan Capistrano, turned the engine off, and, you know, I let it cool off. I mean, I actually had dinner down there, you know, what's it called, Ricardo's place. And, you know, then I checked it again. It still wasn't complete. You know, I started stressing out. I was like, shit, I hope this thing completes, because, you know, the last time I had driven about 275 miles or 280 miles before it sort of went complete, partially. So on the way back, driving back, so which is another 25 miles back, I pulled off the freeway a few times, like 4 different times. And the reason why I did that is so I could slowly accelerate up to like 60 miles per hour. So very slowly I'd creep up from a total standstill up to like 60 miles per hour. And I did that about 4 times, and then, you know, when I got to about the 42 mile mark, I got it all complete. So I did that in less than, about 50 miles. So less than 50 miles, I was able to do a complete drive cycle, EGR pass, because this morning I cleared all the codes. So once you clear all the codes, you know, you have to do a complete drive cycle again. So I am very, very happy. So this morning I basically was I wasn't getting a hard code, so my check engine light never came on. But I got a soft code, EGR, and I'd finally got a soft code. Like, I'd driven this car for 275 miles and never got a soft code. But not all scanners will give you a soft code. Like, for some reason, this Torque app has these cool, like, EGR monitor, the readiness test, but I couldn't pull it wouldn't give me a soft code. But the way I knew is, let me turn the light on here. You can see that. But I actually had a, if you saw it in my other previous video this morning when I did the EGR test, this gave me a P0405. And this is a Innova 3100, but it actually has a special, this light sucks, but it has a special like emissions tester on it, which is good for reading soft codes. So, awesome, man. Tomorrow I'm going to get this thing smogged first thing in the morning. Hopefully this is still all complete and all good. And I can finally get this thing registered, man. So, holy shit. Okay guys, I think the smog gods are on my side today, man. Wow, passed. This place was actually a lot more expensive than the other place. Like $30 extra, but I didn't have a coupon code. But look at that. All pass. So now I can finally get this thing registered. So, recap. So to get this thing to pass smog, I had to find a factory cat, you know, put that on there. I kind of modified it in my tailpipe. That was in a different video. And then I had a weird intermittent EGR valve, which wasn't throwing me any codes. It wasn't throwing a hard code or a soft code. And then after I drove the thing about almost 300 miles, it finally threw me a soft code, a P0405. And once I got that soft code, that was a definite EGR valve, like internal failure. You know, not like the valve being clogged, but it was actually like an internal coil problem. So yesterday I replaced that in a different video and did a drive cycle last night and passed the drive cycle, and finally did that under 50 miles and got this thing freaking smogged. So stoked. Yeah, man, that was a nightmare. So now I can move to other projects. This was like hanging me up here. All right, cool, man.